Hey Delmarva, happy Thursday and day 4 of the White Marlin Open.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us on Coast Life. We are your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and as we've been telling you, I mean, the White Marlin Open is such a huge deal in Ocean City. I know we've had a lot of newcomers to coastal Delmarva, so if you've never had a chance to check out the White Marlin Open, make sure you do. But if you can't make it in person, that's okay, because our friends at Delmarva Sports Network also have you covered. They're doing live weigh-ins. You can download the app. They're going to keep you up to date with all things White Marlin Open, because this is the 50th anniversary.
It's a huge deal. $10 million on the line.
On the $10 million.
$10 million. I think it's over $10 million.
I think so.
Like a little bit. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take $1.
But that's sort of the cool thing about the White Marlin Open is that really it truly is open to anybody. Anybody could win that money.
Yep, exactly. And we are going to check in with our friends at Delmarva Sports Network in just a little bit because, like we said, they are there. But first, we want to talk about some other things with you.
Yes, including, but not limited to, bro talks.
I love it. I never heard of this until you brought it up.
Yes, so you know that we love talking about Botox and cosmetics and cosmetic procedures here on Coast Life.
The best.
But it looks like there's actually been an uptick in men getting Botox and a couple other cosmetic procedures done. So they're calling it Brotox.
I wonder if this works. And we got to get a man on the couch because I'm curious. Does it make you feel better about getting Botox? Truthfully, when it's called Brotox, does it make it sound less feminine?
Sort of like how like men's shampoo is always like glacier punch, freeze, and the girls are like unicorns
and daisies. Yeah, the deodorant's always like sharks and tractors.
Sharknado scent.
Brotox. I love it. No, I'm a big supporter, and I thought this was funny because I'm not shy about this. But I was telling you yesterday, I caught a glimpse of myself, and it was terrifying. And so I made an appointment. I did to get Botox in a couple weeks. And I told some of our amazing male coworkers here, like, hey, why would you ever get it? And then we heard about Botox. It just kind of all lined up. So surprisingly, a lot of them said no. They think it's not something that, not that men should do, I shouldn't say that, but they just don't think it's something they would want.
Well, I do think there is a little bit of that stigma in that like cosmetic procedures are more feminine, your appearance, caring about your appearance are all more like stereotypically feminine things.
Yeah.
And I actually think like I'm sort of glad on one hand that there is an uptick in guys getting Botox done because it gives them sort of a glimpse of whatever expectations have been set on women to look a certain way. So like if they start to feel that pressure, then they start to understand that pressure. And it's like, okay, now we can maybe kind of have this conversation where like maybe before you really couldn't because nobody could put the other shoe on, you know?
Yes, exactly. And I think, too, just education. You're not going to look like this if you get one thing of Botox done. It's just to fix a couple things here and there. I do know a guy who's...
maybe it's time.
Maybe some of us need a lot more. But I do know a man who's gotten Botox, and he goes with his wife. And I never knew. You couldn't even tell. Yeah, he loves it. So just do what makes you happy.
Exactly, right. And if that's what helps you feel confident and better about yourself and you can confidently navigate the world, do it.
Do it. We think it's hot when men get Botox.
Yeah.
And hot when they don't.
You know what else might make you feel more confident in how you navigate the world? Visiting a psychic.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Or maybe not a human psychic, but rather artificial intelligence as a psychic.
I'm getting scareder and scareder, or more scared and more scared.
More scared.
Every day of AI.
Well, see, maybe that's why we need the AI psychic.
If a robot tells my future, Leah, I'm so out of here.
It's so funny because, I mean, I think honestly, like at first when you hear that, you're like, that's stupid. But they're pulling like from algorithms and I mean like real possible outcomes that are likely for you. Whereas like a person that you sit down in front of, like, what do they know?
You know who I would trust to tell my future is whoever writes The Simpsons. That's the only person I would trust. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, but I think with AI and like if it actually like caught on and they're making accurate predictions, which like I feel like they probably would. Like, does that not put us back in sort of the age of the Oracle?
Oh like, my gosh. They're going to have those calendars. Remember everyone thought the world was going to end? Yeah. I would trust the AI calendar.
Yeah. Oh, great. And we have to name them Cleo. Oh, great, Cleo, please.
Like, maybe I am going to Mars. I'm out of here. I'm so scared of this man. Elon Musk has the new brain chip. I'm out.
No,
I'm just out of here.
Not the brain chips.
Good. Let us know if you would get your future told to you by a robot, an AI? I don't know what to call it.
I'm not really sure yet. At this point, it's sort of a faceless entity, but I'm sure it won't be for long because it's the world we're living in.
Ay, ay, ay. All right.
But maybe if your future includes a bad first date, you want to pick a good spot in order to escape that bad first date.
Did you just start thinking about like your worst first date? Because I did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to share it, but.
So I feel like I've only had one that was just like, there were no sparks. I mean, like, perfectly nice guy.
Yeah.
We met at a house party, and like, he seemed really cool. We had same taste in music, and then like we went on a dinner date, and there was just nothing.
So the vibes of when you met and the date were different.
Yes.
I never thought about that, but that could be a little like awkward.
And it was, and it just because like I guess at like a party, everything's so casual. You leave when you want. You're just like whatever. But on like in that dinner date, it was awkward, and it felt long, like you couldn't get out of it because you're like, we have to finish dinner, you got to pay the bill, you got to leave. So when you're picking out your first date, they do say that like you might want to have an escape route in mind.
See, that was my issue with the bad date that I first thought of, because I let him pick me up, and there was no way to get home. I know, don't. I knew him, but like, don't, because then you just, I'm ready to go home
Always
now.
drive yourself to your first date.
Always. I don't care if you know him and he's your best friend from high school or work. Drive yourself. Take an Uber, have a friend drop you off. Man, I made that mistake. And you just can't leave.
Coffee is a good first date. It's quick, it's casual, you kind of meet up, it's fun, we love it. But you know what else is fun?
What?
Coast Life and the show that we've got coming your way. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is checking out the skimboarding competition in Dewey Beach.
And don't forget, we're heading to Ocean City to keep you updated on all things White Marlin Open with our friends at Delmarva Sports Network.
And you know we love to hear from you. We've got another Girl Talk, and this one's going to be a little bit more spicy because our friends at Spice and Tea Exchange are helping us spill that tea. Yes. All that and more is coming your way with more Coast Life.
Don't miss any of your favorite Coast Life moments. Hang out with us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're there. And don't forget, you can find full episodes of Coast Life at coastlife.com.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, and Shell Brothers.
You're watching Coast Life, and you know we have so many unique sports here along the coast.
We do. You can't skimboard in Kansas, as far as I know.
As far as I know, you can't either, at least not real skimboarding.
No, surfing in Montana, can't do that.
Doesn't work like that. And you know our friends at Delmarva Sports Network also love covering all these unique sports, and they will be covering the 3-day skimboarding competition in Dewey Beach.
So fun.
But our field correspondent, Maya Henry, is getting a few sneak peek details. Let's take a look.
Listen up, Delmarva Coast. We have all heard of surfboarding, but how about skimboarding? This weekend, August 11th through 13th, is the 41st annual ZAP Pro Amateur World Championship of Skimboarding in Dewey Beach. A 3-day event promoted by Alley-Oop and Skim USA brings skimboarders from all over to showcase their skim skills. Director of the event and lifelong skimboard professional, Jason Wilson lets fans know what to expect at this weekend's largest pro-amateur championship in the world.
So this weekend we got the ZAP Pro-Am World Championships of Skimboarding. It's on McKinley Street in Dewey Beach, Delaware. It's the largest pro-amateur skimboarding event in the world. This is the 41st annual, so this has been going on for a long time here along this shore. And it's a part of the rich history of Dewey Beach.
An event that includes riders from all over the world allows for skimboarders to connect and show off their techniques.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of the best riders from Brazil, America, Mexico, male and female.
And well-known skimboard world champions will also be stepping their way into the spotlight this weekend.
The world champions will be in attendance. Casey Kiernan McCullough for the women's and Lucas Fink for the men's. Lucas is from Brazil and Casey's from Boynton Beach, Florida.
Though registration has ended to enter the competitions, spectators are welcome to join the fun and watch riders from all ages come out and enjoy the sport of skimboarding.
Actually, anybody can enter this competition in the amateur division. So there are some people that are doing their first competition in this big world championship event. And that's because we encourage participation for the youth. And even if it's your first time in a skim contest, there's a lot of fun that can be had, a lot of learning, friends to be made, and a great experience.
Winners can expect some hefty perks as pro riders have the chance to win up to $10,000.
The professionals are competing for a pro purse of approximately $10,000, and the amateurs are competing for prize bags from our great sponsors. Got a lot of merchandise, some electronics, some skim accessories, clothing, nice goodie bags for the winners, and some really cool medals.
Combining skimboarding, arts, music, food, and more, this event has something for everyone to enjoy.
Music and art's a big part of the competition. It's really part of the skim culture. We have a really neat fundraiser going on Saturday night at Ivy, and it raises money for Skim USA, the scholarship and the USA team. We do a silent auction of mini skimboards that artists, local and industry, and even some of the skimboarders in the competition have put their art on these skimboards, and we're going to be doing a silent auction to them. We've got some DJs that are going to be there at that event Saturday night at Ivy, but also during the weekend we've got DJs spinning great tunes, family friendly, during the heats on the beach when they're competing. We also have a lunch break with some music and art performances, and there's some food on the beach. Come down and see Lynham, get some food. We've got some vendors with free samples and some swag that you can come get from some of the sponsors.
This World Championship wouldn't be possible without Jason's father's passion for skimboarding.
This is the 41st year of this event, and I'm proud to say it was started by my father, Harry Wilson, and me and the Alley-Oop Skim crew are proud to bring you this event. We welcome everybody to come down to the beach because I think it's a really fun thing to see. It's one of the funnest weekends of the summer in Dewey Beach, and you'll get to see some riders that you don't usually have the chance to see here in Dewey Beach, Delaware. So come be a part of the event, come ask questions, bring your camera. You can grab a board to borrow. Zap Skimboards is going to be down there demoing boards, so if you've never even skimmed and just want to check it out and try it, it's a good time. And we are going to teach you how to skim right now, so check that out.
You're watching Coast Life, and before the break, Jason Wilson told us about a super cool event that's happening this weekend. How about a skimboarding competition? And right now, I am with Lucas McCoy, who's going to give us a little background information for those who missed it before the break. So, Lucas, tell the fans what's going on this weekend.
So from August 11th through the 13th, Friday through Sunday, we got the skimboarding contest going on. It's the ZAP World Championships. You're going to be seeing guys traveling in from Mexico, California, Florida, New Jersey, all over the U.S. and some parts of the world coming in just for this event. And it's a great time to get together with people you see all the time, and it's a lot of fast-paced competition and right in your face, right on the beach. So it's a lot of fun for people to watch, especially.
Nice. And for those people who have never been skimboarding, I heard that you host a little skimboarding class. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we offer our camps 4 or 5 weeks out of the summer. Those are Tuesday through Thursday from 8 to 11, and those go from anywhere from 4 to 5 years old up to 15, and from beginner riders all the way until people looking to compete in the competitions. Right now our camps are finished up for the year, but we still offer private lessons all the time, and that's one-on-one or one-on-two instruction with kids to work on whatever skills they might want to learn, and especially get them ready for the competition.
All right, and for those beginners, from 1 to 10, how hard would you say it is to learn how to skimboard?
Well, it depends. If you've ridden a skateboard or had a chance to ride a snowboard or ski or surf, then you might have some balance already built into your system. But for the first timers, the very, very beginners, it is a little bit difficult, but overall, with an hour and a half of instruction, they can pretty much pick it up every time.
All right, guys, so Lucas is going to teach me how to skimboard, and we're going to see how easy that beginner's class is.
as you can see, I am definitely not a pro, but there are some private classes that you can take, and I think I need to try it too. There's more Coast Life on the way.
You're watching Coast Life, and take a listen to this beautiful sound. This sound is one of many that folks are going to hear starting Sunday at the Chamber Music by the Sea Festival, and we're here with Elena Uriosti, who's the artistic director of the festival, joining us via Zoom because you're busy, of course. So Elena, let's talk about this festival. This is the 8th year, right?
It is. I cannot believe it, but this is actually the 8th season of Chamber Music by the Sea, except 2 were virtual, but we did them anyway.
You made it happen. So in this 8th year, kind of what's new?
Well, we've made a concerted effort over the years to expand little by little in an organic way. So actually, in our very first year, we only had 2 concerts, one at a private home and one in a public church. And over the last 8 years, we've gradually spread our wings little by little. And so this year, we're going to have some new venues that we've never been to before. We'll be at the Bishop Stock Art Gallery in Snow Hill. Also in Snow Hill, All Hallows Episcopal Church and Temple Bat Yam outside Berlin. And we'll be doing our very first concert in the main beautiful formal room at the Atlantic Hotel, the historic Atlantic Hotel in Berlin. We've played informal pop-up sets in the bar before, but this is going to be our first concert in the main room. And we're just so excited to have this mix of old favorites and new experiments.
Absolutely. So if people are just hearing about this for the first time, Chamber Music by the Sea, can you kind of just describe kind of what it is and what folks can expect?
Absolutely. So in classical music, chamber music, for those who don't know, it's basically just classical music on a small scale, literally music to be played in one's chambers. So this means smaller combination of instruments, so a string quartet or maybe piano and cello, or combinations of piano and strings in the case of this edition of the festival. And every year I love to bring some of my closest friends and most respected colleagues to this area where my parents have a home and where I have been visiting for the last 20 years. And I just, when I came for the first time, I just thought it would be the ideal location for a chamber music festival. It's such a vibrant visual arts community, and the people are so warm and trusting and really open-minded. So I just thought it would land really well, and it has. And over the years, we've collected a lovely following of music lovers and classical music newbies. And there's something for everyone, from old classic masterworks by Beethoven and Boccherini, and works that perhaps people haven't heard before, the composers Florence Price, the living composer Jesse Montgomery. And we just like to deliver our music in a warm and open-hearted way so that, seasoned music lovers and little kids can enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what's it like for you to play kind of in that more of an intimate setting?
Oh gosh, I love playing chamber music because you can really, it feels even more than like in a big concert hall. It feels like a reciprocal process. So you can really feel tangibly the energy that the audience is giving back. You can work with your colleagues, your fellow musicians on stage in a much more sort of intimate way. You're sitting very close together. You're in a lovely space. So you can really feel the energy and the spirit of it all. And and I'm so excited to be bringing music to these new places like the Art Gallery and the Atlantic Hotel, because I feel like they're going to be great homes for this music as well.
Totally. Now, it starts Sunday. I mentioned that. What's the schedule kind of like?
Right. So Sunday we have a private salon concert. So cello and piano recital, and then some mingling and nibbles afterwards. That's at a private home in Snow Hill. Monday we have various events. We have an open air rehearsal in a covered barn on South Point. And then some of the musicians are going to be doing a collaboration with Zena Wellness. I think we're going to play at a sound bath. So it should be a cool symbiosis of music and yoga, meditation, all of that good stuff, which I'm very passionate about anyway. Tuesday, we're at the Art Gallery in Snow Hill. Wednesday, we're at Temple Bat Yam. Thursday, we're at the Atlantic Hotel. And Thursday morning, we have a free family concert at the Berlin Public Library. So people of all ages and all wigglynesses are welcome. It's really informal. People are encouraged to come and move and dance and draw and enjoy the music in whatever way they feel is appropriate. Friday, we're at All Hallows Episcopal Church in Snow Hill. And Saturday, we have a cool event, an outdoor event at the Taylor House Museum in downtown Berlin. We're going to be doing an outdoor sort of informal concert. People can come, sit on the lawn, just enjoy the fresh air and the music.
Sounds like you guys are going to be busy.
We're going to be really busy. Yeah, I'm saying it all, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of things.
And it's kind of a family thing for you, right? I mean, your husband's involved?
Yes. So my husband is the wonderful pianist, Tom Poster. He's been coming to the festival for many, many years now, and he's become really an integral part of the music making and the spirit of the whole thing. My parents are like the primary helpers making the festival happen. My mom feeds everyone, and my dad, make sure all of the venues are ready for us to go. So I couldn't do it without them. And it is literally a family affair. And then one thing I'd love to add is that the whole festival benefits the Worcester County Education Foundation, because music education and arts education are such important things to me. It was really important to partner with an organization, that centers around education. So all ticket proceeds will go towards the Education Foundation, providing continued arts exposure and education opportunities throughout the year.
I love that you're doing that.
I mean, music was such an important part of my childhood, and I understand that, not all kids have access to it. So I just think it's so important to provide opportunities and exposure throughout the year. We can only be here in the summer most of the time. So we do what we can throughout the year, remotely and in person.
I love that. The Chamber Music by the Sea kind of keeps on giving even when the festival's over.
Yeah, we hope so.
Alina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, and have fun.
Thank you. Hope to see you and whoever is watching there at all of the concerts.
Absolutely. You're watching Coast Life. We'll be right back.
Hey, Coast Life, don't forget, it is the 4th day of the White Marlin Open. Can you believe it?
It's just flying by, but the excitement is not dying down, that's for sure.
No. And whenever I see the leaderboard, I'm like, oh, they have it in the bag. That person's winning. And then,
never know.
Boom.
You never know. But did you see that enormous tuna from the other day?
So big. What, over 250 pounds?
It's pretty close, yeah.
Do you think I can bench 250? Is that normal or a lot, a little?
I feel like I don't know. How much can you bench?
The bar? I don't know how much that weighs. All right, we're going to send it to someone who does know what they're talking about, of course. That's our friends at Delmarva Sports Network. Kayla Santiago has been at the White Marlin Open all week. Kayla, what is going on for day 4?
Paige and Leah, it's not the best day out on the scales, as you can tell, weather-wise especially. The rain is coming down. The wind is a little bit crazy right now at the scales, and just 60 boats are out today. But we do still expect some action to happen at the scales, so be sure to stay tuned in to Delmarva Sports Network. Earlier today, though, Outdoors Delmarva's Lauren Hitch was able to get an interview with a local fisher who has been out on the water for the past 5 to 6 years.
I am here with Hank Draper. He is the captain of the Prime Hook, and you guys are in the small boat division for the White Marlin Open. How did you get into that?
Actually, it's really a great part about the tournament because it's such a competitive tournament with the best fishermen in the world on the best boats, biggest, most money programs you could have. And for a small boat guy, you really feel like you don't have a chance. But with the small boat category, it's a tournament within a tournament, so the big money's not available there, but there's plenty of money to win, and obviously if you can win anything, it feels good. So we're trying to win what we can in the small boat division, and obviously win the whole tournament. If we catch a big white marlin or blue marlin on our last day, that qualifies. I don't think there's a qualifying fish yet, so we have just as good a chance as anybody. But the small boat division is kind of where we live, so we like it.
And you guys have been in the White Marlin Open before also.
Yes.
This isn't your first year.
No, it's not. I've been in the White Marlin Open I would say 6 or 7 years, as long as I've had this boat, which it was 2016 when we hit the scene with this boat, and we've been in it every year since. But it's a very difficult tournament to win money in. A lot of luck involved, but there's a lot of skill you're competing against. And so we've done our best. We've always caught fish. We've always had a good time. But the big cardboard check has eluded us up to this point. So maybe this is our year, and we still have a chance tomorrow. So.
And we saw your name up on the leaderboard Monday. Tell us about that.
Yeah, in the small boat division, there's a daily release, and then there's the weekly release category. So we caught 3 White Marlins, 210 points, 70 points per Marlin, and that put us in the lead for the daily release for small boat. And then the weekly release, since it was day one, we were in the lead for that at 210. Yesterday we caught 3 White Marlins again for another 210 points, which put us at 420 total, which keeps us in the lead for the weekly daily release. However, we got bumped out of the lead for the daily yesterday by a guy called a blue and a white. So his 245, I believe, beat our 210. So we were a little upset about that, but we did what we did. So.
Yeah, and you get to go out again tomorrow.
Yeah,
try to fish again.
Absolutely.
Now, what qualifies for the small boat division category?
In this tournament, it's 40 feet and under, and my boat's 37 feet. So obviously we're in that category, and it's good. I mean, anytime the small boat cutoff is close to your boat size, you have a better chance, I feel like. I mean, in the next tournament we fish, it's 50 feet and under, so all of a sudden you get a lot more bigger, more financially backed programs, I'd say, in the small boat division, and it's just harder, but more money. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us today. Thanks for being a local guy fishing in
Yeah,
the tournament.
no problem.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for the
Good
job
luck-
you guys
good
do. I
luck tomorrow.
love the show.
You're watching Coast Life, and this is something that we have been really, really excited about.
I'm so excited to tell you.
You know we love our Girl Talk segment where you tell us your figurative tea, and we spill both literal tea and the figurative tea here on Coast Life. And to help us spill the literal tea is our friends at Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach.
Yes, if you still don't know where that is, it's the place where you walk by.
Yes.
And it smells so
good.
good.
As soon as you open that door, you're like, what is this, heaven?
Yes. Oh, the best.
And it's right near the boardwalk. So like it's right in the height. I do a ton of my Christmas shopping there. I will not lie. Like I am obsessed with this place.
No, I'm getting something for my friend for her bridal shower.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the perfect place to shop gifts.
If you've got somebody who loves tea, if you got somebody who loves to cook, because they've got so many phenomenal spices and spice blends and like cooking and tea accessories.
Yes.
Like, there's so much there. You're gonna need more than one trip.
Yes. People who love this place are like, we already know. We go all the time.
Yes, but if you've never been introduced to it, let us introduce you to one of their teas that they're letting us spill today.
Yes.
So they've sent us a bunch of teas, and they'll continue to send us tea that we will spill every week here on Coast Life. Today we're looking at the Peach on the Beach.
Ooh, okay.
We thought that was going to be a perfect one to kick us off here on Coast Life.
Yes.
It's mellow, it's sweet,
Okay.
got a little bit of that peach action. They also say, and I thought this too, that it would make an excellent iced tea.
Yes, why didn't I think of these things?
That's why
On
we
a
love our
hot
friends.
summer day, peach by the beach, and it smells amazing.
So good. All right, so why don't we start diving
we have to
into
start.
to the tea.
Okay, and you spill that tea.
And I'll start spilling this tea.
I'll spill the figurative tea. I'm getting my phone.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. So this is a couple, okay? It's a man who wrote in. This is what he's letting us know. His wife works from home, okay? She's never met her coworkers. This is a strictly, they hire you over the phone, virtual job. Her boss messaged her, her male boss messaged her and said, hey, I'm going on vacation. He has a lake house near where this woman and her husband live. I'd love if you come over to my lake house. I could take you out on the boat. Her husband is saying, no, you're not doing that. She sees it as a, how can I say no to my boss? It could be a networking opportunity. It is important to note he did not invite any other coworkers. It is just this girl, this woman. So whose side are you on? The woman who got invited by her boss to go to his lake house, or the man who's like, honey, you ain't going. No.
First of all, that tea is hot.
Yeah.
This tea is delicious, by the way.
I have to try it still. Tell me about it.
It is very refreshing. You know, you get those little peachy notes. I think for an iced tea, it would be fantastic.
I think the couple that wrote in should try some tea and just sit back and relax and
talk them calm down.
Talk about their problems this way, yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna say I'm on the husband's side.
think I'm actually kind of with you on this. If you
Okay.
if the boss did not invite any other coworkers, I don't really see it as a networking opportunity.
No. and I'm trying to give the boss so much credit here. I'm like, maybe if he invited her to dinner or coffee, hey, that makes sense.
A public place.
Even over for dinner, still weird, but like to take her out on the boat.
Or at least invite the husband too. Like say, hey, you and your husband can come.
He did not mention
Me
the
and
husband.
my wife are hanging out. Like it's a little bit different if you make it a couples thing.
Yes. Yeah, but to just you and him on a boat, your first time meeting.
Seems a little sketch.
I don't like it.
A little suspicious.
Yeah. I'm gonna side with the husband because I think if I was in that situation, I would feel insecure. Like he's right.
I think so too. And I mean, I also think it's just kind of wrong of the boss. Like if you're in charge of a company and you're only going to invite one of your employees like that, you know that it's sort of, I mean, I don't want to say like an abuse of power, but you have to know that the power you have over your employees like that is, you put them in a weird spot.
Yes.
Saying no feels bad, saying yes feels bad. So it's like, to do that in the first place is sort of uncomfortable, to not also invite the husband or other coworkers.
Yes.
Like it's just that one-on-one.
Tell me if you agree with this. What if the wife, as like a compromise, says, you know, oh, I have something with my husband that day. We are busy. Can I meet you for coffee sometime? Do you think that's an okay? Or
I think so.
You know?
If you really are looking after a networking opportunity, sure.
Okay.
Politely refuse and offer another time to meet in a public place.
Not in bathing suits.
Not in bathing suits. Clothes are on.
Yeah. On land.
On land.
Actually, now
Quick escape, like our first dates.
The more we talk about this, I'm like, what was he thinking?
Right? It's weird. So I feel like if anybody needs a finger pointed at them, it's really the boss for putting one of his employees in sort of an awkward position in the first place.
Yes, definitely. All right, we have your back, Mr. Husband and Mrs. Wife Lady. We don't know their names because this is anonymous.
We always keep it anonymous.
We always keep it anonymous. So don't forget, you can email us with your tea if you're conflicted. It could be work. It could be relationships, friendships. If you just need some advice.
We have opinions on all those things.
We have so many opinions, and we are so not professionals. Well, we are in other ways, but not with your life.
But this is always just a safe space to kind of bond and sip some delicious tea.
And I am literally spilling the tea.
Some delicious tea
all over me.
But yes, if you haven't been to Spice and Tea Exchange in Rehoboth Beach on Rehoboth Avenue, again, make sure you check it out because this tea, fantastic, and all the other things that they have in the store are fantastic too.
And get your tea because every Thursday, don't forget, is when we are going to be doing this. So you might mark your calendars, get your tea, spill it with us, and enjoy all the drama because we love it.
Yes. But what isn't any drama is more Coast Life, which is coming up next.
Spill the Tea was brought to you by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
You know, Leah, it might be hard for some people to believe, but we are just in our 20s and 30s.
I know.
But that doesn't mean we aren't already thinking about retirement. Not because we don't love our jobs, but because it's a good thing to start thinking about retirement early.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And if you've got any questions about retirement, I mean, you know, come on, you've worked hard to earn that retirement.
Yeah.
That's why Key Financial's got you covered. And it's why Katie Zerilli from our sister show, Delmarva Life, is chatting with our friends at Key Financial to get more details for you.
There's nothing like an oceanfront home with a cool breeze. In fact, even having a house that's not right on the water can give you that beachy vibe. Not all of us have one now, but it's not a bad retirement goal. Am I right?
It seems for most people it's an easy transition and they're usually very happy once they get here.
And this is the team that helps them get there. Curtis MACOMBER and his kids Kristen and Colin are the heart of Key Financial Services in Berlin.
Our focus as a firm here would definitely be retirees and those starting to think about retirement.
And they take care of those clients in a conservative way. That approach, Colin says, has helped folks not be as affected by the market volatility caused by stock market correction and increased interest rates.
We kind of created this perfect storm because, you know, usually people try and manage their risk with bonds, but when interest rates come up, those bonds lose value as well.
That's caused some concern among clients. They fear running out of money and question whether or not they should work longer.
A lot of times, you know, all it takes is really having a written out plan, something where you can see that you do have the money to retire and still have that, you know, reserved nest egg for the trips or home repairs or whatever it may be for you.
When it comes to buying the beach house, taking the big trip, oftentimes retirees are apprehensive to make it happen.
You'd be surprised how many retirees we have to kind of hold their hand to start spending some money. Because, you know, they saved for 30 years, they've lived on this budget, and that's all they know. But that's the whole point of getting to retirement, is that you can do those fun things.
You know, we're very conservative, and, you know, we like to guarantee their expenses to be covered. We call that the paycheck portion. And for Colin calls it fun money, I call it a play check.
Building both the paycheck and the play check ought to start as soon as possible.
The best advice would be start saving for that dream or that plan, and, you know, set up an account for it and really just, you know, pay yourself first with that and make that a priority.
As a matter of fact, that's what Curtis did. He's now semi-retired and started saving a long time ago.
When I started, I mean, I was making $300 a week. You know, so it, you know, but I saved $30 a week. Just get that money starting to be saved, and next thing you know, there's commas showing up in your account. You know, commas are good.
Also good, a friendly face to make what can be stressful financial conversations just a little bit easier. That's what Stella's for.
She's a 1-year-old rescue. She's, you know, got a lot of different breeds in her, but she's very friendly, loves people.
She'll be waiting to greet everyone who walks in. A canine who really helps create a calm vibe.
That's just kind of the lifestyle that we have here at the beach, is a little more laid back. You know, we're a family office. We try to stay a little more laid back here.
We're very tight with our clients. You know, they'll drop off cakes and things for us, and vice versa.
So when you walk in here, it's for finances. But when you walk out, you're family.
All right, thanks so much, Katie, and thanks so much to Key Financial, yes, as always. Hey, don't go anywhere. We have some Coast Life on the way, just a little bit more, but you don't want to miss. Coast Life, before we let you go, I just want to remind you of a couple things we're dying to know, and that includes, would you get Brotox?
We gotta hear from the guys.
Yes, please, guys. And I want to know from guys and the gals, what's the best first date spot? What's the worst?
Yeah, because, you know, we just try to help our friends, you know, anybody that is getting back into dating or, you know, getting out there once again for those first dates, you need a good spot.
You do. Yeah. We'll help you out. You can message us too. We'll send you a list. We'll make that our priority.
And don't forget, our friends at Delmarva Sports Network have you covered on all things White Marlin Open. It is the 50th anniversary of the White Marlin Open in Ocean City, and they are the official station of the White Marlin Open.
That's right. Tomorrow, I believe, and this weekend, things are going to wrap up all the festivities. If you haven't gotten out there, I cannot wait to find out who the winners are. It really, you think you know, and then someone catches something.
Yep. Surprise!
Surprise! And send us your photos if you're at the White Marlin Open. We want to feel like we are there with you. Yes. Well, we are going to be back with you tomorrow at 4 o'clock right here.